Good morning. Welcome to Whiteberry Unitarian Universalist Church. I'm Reverend Jessica Clay. My pronouns are she, her, and I am the lead minister here. We have blessings of abundance this morning, and that is showing up in that we have run out of programs. Hooray! Karn, would you mind making some extra copies of the order of service, please, for us? Thank you. And maybe look around, and if you are sitting on the end of your pew and there are seats in the middle, if you could maybe scoot so that people could sit on the ends, would be great. And there are plenty of seats in the balcony. We don't need to worry about the wrap, though, Karn. We can skip the wrap. So we are a community of youth, adults, and children of many diverse theologies held together by covenant, not creed. Today we gather to welcome our new members that joined the last year, yes? Now, some of you have a little ribbon, yes, that you were handed out? These are for if you at any moment in the service feel moved to express joy, you can use those to express joy. So feel free to use those as you feel moved. So today we gather to welcome our new members. We gather to bless this community with our flower communion and express faithful democracy in our annual meeting after the service. You're supposed to express joy there. Thank you. Welcome, visitors. We're so glad you're here. The service today is a multi-generational service. If you're needing something to occupy busy hands and bodies, there are activities in the Soulwork Center and a quiet room in the back. If you would like to have a joy or sorrow named in the prayer today, please write it on a slip of paper and place it in the bowl in the Soulwork Center before the opening hymn. If you're watching online, please place it in the chat box. Let's take a moment and wave to those who are online as well. Welcome, Zoomers. And if you brought flowers for the flower communion today and have not brought them up yet, please bring them up during the opening hymn. Welcome to our church. Together we grow our souls and serve the world in love.
Do not leave your cares at the door. Do not leave them there when you come into this place. Be open to forgiveness and transformation. Come on in, you are welcome here.
Now we have our call to worship, which are words you are very familiar with. And today we have the gift of our graphic content specialist, Aaron Scott, made a video to accompany these words of things that happened over the past year. So I invite you to receive this.
I'd like to invite a special guest up for our chalice lighting today. This is Chewbacca. My name is Heather Olsen-Tro, and my pronouns are she, her. Every time I step into this space, I am reminded why I come to church. I am immediately at peace, I feel calmer and ready to be mindful and grow. Sometimes the services are very quiet, and we're all contemplative and thoughtful, and I feel so grateful to be a part of this community. And sometimes the services are noisier and more rambunctious. There's loud chatter, music, and laughter. That's obviously a less meditative atmosphere, but I still love and am grateful for those services too. Because either experience is a part of the practice of community and a shared vision for how we want to move through this life together. I can look around the room at our shared humanity, and I can feel like even though all our many journeys are separate and have their own challenges, we do still experience many of the same fears, anxieties, sorrows, and pain. And of course, the reverse is true, and we are often sharing similar joys, celebrations, and laughter. I'm also aware that my reasons for coming to church and my personal takeaways from any service are probably unique and different to anyone else's. Even though we're all here in the same room, hearing the same people talk, singing the same songs. It's a deeply personal experience, and I strongly believe that's how it should be. Before I joined WBUUC, I honestly didn't know if I would find a church that would do what our church does. I had come to judge, maybe unfairly, that the church experience was prescriptive and obligatory. But it is a great challenge, no matter who you are, to find a place where you feel safe and you belong, and others will support you as they can and give you the room to grow and change. Sometimes we don't receive that same level of support from our own families. It's tremendously difficult to be a human. But here we are in this room together, and we've agreed to meet each other where we are right now. And we've agreed to work together on these shared visions for our future. And we've agreed to give each other space to seek our own destinies and truths. We've agreed to keep community, even when that's not an easy thing to do. It's an imperfect practice, but we journey this road together. I'm very, very grateful to be here. Let's light the chalice for our shared humanity, our shared visions for what church can be, and the joyful challenge of another year together. Let's speak the opening words. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Please rise in body or spirit and join in our opening hymn, number 1024, The Spirit Says Do. We're going to sing it 3 times, and if you have not brought your flowers down, this is your invitation, so please do bring your flowers down if you haven't brought them down already.
Spirit
This is a very participatory service this morning, so you're invited to rise in body and spirit again for our new member recognition. So we are going to call out from among you our new members. Since our last annual meeting, we have welcomed 30 new members into our community. Woo! On this bright and special day, we want to provide a congregational welcome to them. Yes? Woo! All of their names can be found in your order of service, along with a litany of welcome. So if you do not have an order of service in front of you, this is a perfect time to get to know your neighbor. Because they probably do, and you can read your neighbors. As Reverend Shea reads your names, new members, you're invited to come forward and receive a flower from Heather or Amy, and then you're going to stand in the front as, you know, this is going to be awkward because the whole congregation is going to stare at you. So we're just gonna receive it, and it's gonna be okay. Oh, you want them up there? They could be up there. There's more room. Okay, up there.
Up there.
So you can come down and then up.
Up. Down and then up. And I know some of you don't want to come up, and that's okay. We'll just read your name anyway.
We'll find you.
Please bring, please bring your order of service with you so that you have the words you have to read. Otherwise, we won't accept you.
Wow. We're not end of the year punchy at all.
I'm kidding.
I mean, they did already sign the book.
They did already sign the book. I can't do anything about that. Linda Wahman, Morella Rangel, Brian Turner, Teresa Eikens, Maddie Stringer, Susie Rainford, Christopher Formby, and Kat Formby, Marjorie McAlpine, Michael Palo, I apologize if I'm like butchering your names, Audrey Zemansky, Carrie Galetka, Heather Lawrence, Steph Anderson, and Victoria Stuber, Ashley Corvin, Tim Perfect, Mackenzie Holton, Blake Medvec, Jean Olson, James Schoblum, Stephen Larson, Rhonda Anderson, Paul Bowers, Cher Hakes, Brian Helm, Barbara Irish, and Nate Irish, Jerry McGibbon, and Jody McGibbon.
Welcome. Oh.
Of you has chosen to sign our membership book, and in doing so, you have affirmed a commitment to this community, to its past, to its present, and to its future. Congregation, will you speak with me the words of welcome printed in your order of service, and if you're on Zoom, in the chat box? Friends, into this community
of faith and hope, we welcome you. With respect and gladness, we welcome you. We covenant to walk together with you, to strengthen and encourage you, to celebrate with you and sustain you. Strengthen us in turn, encourage us in turn, celebrate with
And new members, we accept
and let the people say welcome.
We joyfully welcome you into the wider circle of Unitarian Universalism.
And also, we welcome you specifically and joyfully into this congregation. Now you can sit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We now make space to name, after we have joyfully welcomed these new members, some of whom have been here for years, but just decided to sign the membership book, some who are very new, and some who have joined last fall, so this may be they were like, I've been here. But you know what? Everyone can get welcomed all the time, right? So after we joyfully celebrate our welcome, we also make space to name the joys and sorrows that we bring to this space on this day. We come with hearts broken and whole together, knowing that none of us can fix our broken hearts, but that we bear witness to each other. We bear witness to what we are carrying. We are present to each other, to the pain and loss of what it is to be human. So I will name the prayers of this community, and then our prayer this morning is the same prayer from last week. I liked it so much, I decided to revisit it again, from Reverend Sherry Woodbury. It is woven with the song Comfort Me, which is our middle hymn this month. And last week, our music director, Rack, sung it and hummed it in the middle, but this week I invite you to sing a verse in between each stanza. So I will say a line of the prayer, and then I will invite you to sing a verse with me. I will tell you how it goes. But if you want to open up your teal hymnal to number 1002, Comfort Me, so you have that at the ready, you can do that now. And we begin with holding in care Victoria and Steph Stuber, who are new members who couldn't be here today, but we are holding them in care and sending them lots of love on this morning. We are holding in love Brad, who is suffering from complications following the removal of a brain tumor. We are holding Mireya's nephew, Habib, who is fighting cancer in deep love. We hold in our hearts a member of this congregation who is going on a healing journey. We're sending care with their travel. We hold in love member Jackie Medilak, who has a long-awaited surgery for her cancer diagnosis on Wednesday, June 11th. She asks you to send positive energy her way. She appreciates all the help and support from this congregation that has accompanied her through her difficult journey. And we also hold in care this morning member Clay Eccles. Clay was biking with his dear friend Neil this past week when Neil suffered a fatal accident. We hold Neil's family in care as they grieve and send Clay love and support as he makes his way through this time of deep loss. And now is the time when you can name the prayers on your heart this morning. May these names that are on our hearts, on our minds, be held in care, be encircled in love, held in this wider web. May our sorrows be witnessed and comforted too in this place on this morning. Oh, my soul, at times the challenges I face are too much. Too much illness, too much struggle, too much conflict between family and neighbors, too much suffering in the world on our screens and out of sight. But we know it is happening, and what shall we do? Can I bear the weight of it all? It is hard to be a human, especially a soft-hearted human. Spirit of love, will you comfort me? Together we sing, comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me. Comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Oh my soul, at times I feel alone, isolated, even if there are people around me. It can be hard to share my inner world with others or to let them help me. But when we sing together, I feel others' presence, and I know that together we have enough caring to go around for everyone, including me. Gathered community, will you sing with me? Sing with me, sing with me. Sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Oh, my soul, sometimes I am just weary, when it's hard to get out of bed in the dark morning, hard to face difficult tasks, hard to lift my foot or open my heart. I know I may need rest and fortitude. I may need to refill the well within me. Rest is a gift that I will try to allow myself to have when I need it. My needs are important and I deserve rest. Oh, my soul, you can rest. Be with me, speak with me, speak for me, oh my soul. Speak for me, speak for me, speak for me, oh my soul. When I have been nourished with song, I grow stronger. When I have felt the presence of caring community around me, I feel more able to use my own power. When I've given my body and spirit the rest they need, I am renewed. And yes, my soul, when the light grows, mercy, the light is growing day by day like a green growing thing. I am ready to rise. In power and beauty, I return to the world and bring to it my love and my joy. One more time, will you sing Comfort Me with me? Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Amen.
Now is the time in our service where we make space for announcements. Yay! Come on, let me see those joysticks. And our offering. Yay. After the service today, we're going to kick all of you out to have snacks in the parish hall while we get set up for the annual meeting. And then we'll bring you all back in for our annual meeting as close to 11:30 as we possibly can. As I said, there will be snacks available in the social hall. Next week, you are invited to join us here for Reverend Jessica preaching a service on revolutionary love. And the week after that, on Sunday, June 22nd, we will be going to the Riverview Theater in Minneapolis to join a bunch of different congregations around the Twin Cities to watch the General Assembly worship service together on the big screen. And that's at 10 a.m. Are you going to come here on the 22nd? Let's hope not. All right, I'd like to invite Lori Wenker up to introduce our special collection.
Good morning. My name is Lori Wenker, and I use she, her pronouns. In August 2022, my husband Alan and I welcomed a young Gazan man into our home by the name of Jihad El-Gandour. Thankfully, Jihad is now 18 years old and is in Turkey studying to be a doctor. Sadly, his mom, dad, and two middle-aged school children or siblings are still in Gaza. They are literally caught in a geopolitical nightmare that shows no signs soon of ending. Jihad's 14-year-old sister says it best. Hello, my name is Hadil. I come from Gaza. a land where the sky sometimes burns and nights are filled with fear. But even then, I wake up, I dream, I learn. The sound of bombs, the shaking walls, or there are sounds of bombs and shaking walls, but inside us there is a small light. That light is called hope. We walk to school even if the road is broken. We study even if the classroom has no roof. We write with shaking hands, but with unshaken hearts because we believe in peace. We believe that every child has the right to learn, even under fire. We are not children of war. We are the voices of courage. We are the hands that hold pencils like swords. We are dreamers, even in the middle of dust and rubble. They can break our homes, but they can never break our dreams. They can silence the news, but not our voices. We are Gaza. We are hope under fire, and we will rise. Today, our special collection is for American Near East Refugee Aid, or ANERA. A donation to ANERA will provide urgently needed humanitarian aid to over 2 million people. Aid has been not allowed into Gaza since March 2nd, 2025, and it is needed now more than ever when finally those blockades are opened. Currently, thousands of Palestinians are starving, and the whole region is on the brink of famine. You can donate in 4 ways: contribute to today's collection basket on the WBUUC website, send a check to WBUUC, or leave a check in the locked box outside of the office, or use the text to give option found in your order of service or in the chat box. Whichever way you give, please indicate the word Gaza. Thank you for your generosity.
Each time as for how morning star rises and sings to thee.
The Flower Communion service was created by Norbert Čapek, the founder of the Unitarian Church of Czechoslovakia, on June 4th, 1923. He had been yearning for a ritual that would bring people together and reflect the differences within us. He wanted this ritual to be inclusive for people of other faiths and did not want to adapt a ritual already in place, such as the bread communion.
So he created the flower communion, and it became an annual tradition for them. It was brought to the U.S. by his wife in 1940. She was also ordained and came in 1940 to tour Unitarian churches. Because of World War II, she was unable to return to Prague and found out after the war that Norbert died in a concentration camp.
These flowers that we bring represent the impermanence of life, and they remind us to take time to appreciate the beauty within our midst. Because of Norbert's life and death, they also remind us of our call to work for peace in the midst of war. The original flower communion had people bring in flowers, joining them together, representing the ways that we come freely and join in community.
These flowers represent this community. They represent the beauty that is found here, and in a moment, you are invited to come up and take a different flower than you brought. This reminds us that we are changed by being a part of this community. We are changed, and together we make a beautiful bouquet. In this way, may you know that you are welcome here, and you are a part of this community, connected and needed to help bring the world we dream about into being, a world of justice, equity, and peace.
If you would prefer to remain seated and have Shay or Heather bring a flower to you, please raise your hand. And even if you don't raise your hand, they will still bring a flower to you. And even if you didn't bring flowers, you might be thinking, I didn't even know it was Flower Communion Day. You can see we have some extras. We had some people bring abundance from their gardens, so there are enough flowers for everyone here. And you did see I brought the roses up. The roses can come back down for those of you that had your eye on the roses, or you can just go up and grab a rose if you feel so moved. And if you're watching online, may you take some time today to gaze upon a flower in your midst. May you know yourself to be a vibrant part of this community, even while watching online. Yes, everyone in the room? Yes, because we have 42 households online, which is probably around 75 people that could not be here in person for one reason or another. So for those in the room, please come forward and get your flowers now. Or raise your hands. Come on down. Is there anyone who did not get a flower? Because there are some left. If you did not get a flower, or if you want to take a flower to someone, at the end of the service, you are invited to come up and help yourself. But we did pretty well, yes? We are a beautiful part of this community, all of us blooming in place here, yes? Yes. What a blessing it is to be a part of this community. May these flowers that you take with you from this space remind you of your place in this community. And so, as we prepare to do the work of holy democracy at our annual meeting, let's quickly review the church year that we've had together. My second year with you all. Woo! So some of you may remember, last year I did 10 things I learned about you at this service. So I want to continue with the theme. One year I will stop doing that, but this is not that year. 10 things I've continued to learn about you this year. Number 1, you show up. When you commit, when you say yes, you do it. There is an element of trust, and you all help to make this community happen. The flowers. Some people this morning brought huge amounts of irises and peonies, and it helped so that everyone here has a flower. Sometimes I sit here and I go, oh, is anyone going to bring the flowers this morning? And then right as the service is beginning, flowers appear. Sometimes we go, is there going to be enough food on a Wednesday? Because Wednesday nights we've had anywhere from 50 to 80 people. And like loaves and fishes, we have enough food. So you show up. When you commit, when you say yes, when you do it, you show up. So let's ribbon that. Number 2, over 100 of you have committed and attended 3 of the 6 Raising Racial Consciousness sessions so far, which tells me there is energy here around justice work. And the energy is behind organized, large actions together. Over 100 people came to hear Minnesota State Attorney General Keith Ellison speak. We are hungry to gather together and learn, to be inspired, to take action together on a large scale. Yes. And number 3, you can ribbon this too. We are tired. Right? When we held our State of the Church conversations and asked the question, what's the most important work we're called to do? Some of you said, be out in the world, carry banners, speak out. And others said, dig in here. And others said, the most important thing I need right now is comfort. So we as a people are tired. We are feeling porous and fragile and traumatized and trying to make it each day in the midst of all of the harm that is happening personally and societally. The question, how are you? It's been a difficult one to ask these past 6 months. And as your religious professionals, your staff, we're listening. We're listening. And number 4, you are resilient and adaptable. You come together, yes. You come together to be reminded of this. You come together, you show up for our children and youth and our choir and our community. Your holy yeses are a rally for this congregation every Sunday, every Wednesday. This matters. Coming to church is an act of hope for your spirits. It is gym for the soul. That's right. It's telling loneliness, not today, Satan. That's right. Today I choose community, and this matters, yes? And number 5, sometimes we just come together to be human together. And I get to model that for you right here from the pulpit. Whether it's wearing a Chewbacca costume or having a Freudian slip. In times of great trauma and life shifts, excuse me. It's true, it happened. And if you didn't hear through the laughing, I swore from the pulpit, which is actually That's a first. You know what? I was talking. Did we hear it? In 10 years of ministry, this is the first time I've ever sworn from the pulpit. I want you to know. So, were you playing it again? I can't hear. Oh, okay. They want it again so they can hear it. Sorry. Loud. Sorry. Put your hands over your children's ears. It's coming. In times of great trauma and life shifts, excuse me. Wow. Your minister is human. You know, when I first wrote this sermon, I had "damn it" at the end of the sermon, and I was like, I can't say that from the pulpit, and there we go. Let's rewind. In times of great trauma and life shifts, it's hard to put into words the ways that time can feel like a visceral gut punch and completely out. So we get to come to church to practice being human together. And I thank you for your grace that you extend to me and to each other as we make our way. Number 6. So this year has been intense. And I have to say, back to number 5, I feel like you all really liked that I was so human in the pulpit. I really try to hold myself professionally, but you know, sometimes this year, that goes to number 6. This year has been intense, right? It has been a lot. It's been intense on the national scene, but it's also been intense in the church. We've had staff changes. We've had 2 staff go on sabbaticals. Reverend Jack is still on his sabbatical. Bless him. He is doing so well. I was texting him yesterday. He sends his love. He said, have fun at the annual meeting tomorrow. So he still is keeping track at the annual meeting today, which tells me he is not deep enough in his sabbatical. But we had multiple staff onboarded last fall. We've had great staff come on board. So exciting. Let's ribbon that. And then in the midst of everything, we had our stewardship campaign this March in the midst of a new administration, which came in January, which sent the stock market going like a roller coaster at Coney Island, but not a roller coaster any of us actually wanted to go on, right? And so people were being laid off. People were looking for jobs. I know that some of your children and grandchildren have been severely affected by the economic insecurities. I know that many of you are afraid for your retirements, for those of you that have retirements. I know you're afraid for your children's college funds, for those of you who have those. And in the midst of it all, we were saying, can you increase your pledges, please? So this has been a hard year, and yet, this past fall, we still held a successful endowment campaign in which we reached our goal of raising the endowment to the level of the budget. This is something to celebrate. And we are going to we could do better than that clap. Let's give it more of an applause. Yes. So we are going to celebrate that properly because we haven't given it like the most proper celebration on July 13th. We're going to have a pancake breakfast before the service and celebrate it July 13th. And so there were still successes this year, even in the midst of challenges. And our successes have been that we are able to support staff going on sabbaticals and having the successful endowment capital campaign last fall. And number 7 is that we can also name the loss and the sadness that the budget we're presenting to you to vote on at this annual meeting doesn't support our staff and our committees in the ways that we had hoped. that the pledge campaign wasn't as successful as we had hoped. This budget doesn't support our religious education program as we had hoped. The timing of our pledge campaign, as I said, this March couldn't have been worse. And we know that economic uncertainty is at the forefront of many people's minds. So our goal for next year is to dig into stewardship so that things will be different 1 year from now. And there is nothing that precludes us from revisiting the budget should our financial situation change at any point. Therefore, we've been through it this year, and we're together, and that's what matters. We still have a solid foundation underneath us to face the future together. We're trying to be fiscally responsible. We're not trying, we are being fiscally responsible with our money as we look towards an uncertain future. And it's our hope that our situation will be different next year. So what I'm continuing to learn about you all is how we make it through difficult times together. This goes into number 8. Our pledge campaign motto last year was, does anyone remember what the pledge campaign motto was? We need each other more than ever. Gold star for Ilsa, yes! The board is planning to engage in a process next year with a consultant using reserve funds to craft new end statements. The last time end statements were crafted, they came out on March 5th of 2020. What happened in March of 2020? Right, so those weren't adopted. So the board is going to craft new end statements with your help, which end statements are goals about the impact you want this church to make in people's lives and in the world. These are 3 to 5 year goals that the board will write with your input, and then the staff is responsible and held accountable to them. So next year really is a year of getting clear on our identity. The clearer we can get about who we are and who we want to be, the clearer the staff will be around the staffing structure that's needed to help support these goals and the work that we need from you to help support that. So my 8th thing I've learned about you and the importance of church is that we need to get really clear about who we are and who we want to be. And our 3rd year together is fertile ground for doing this, and I hope you'll join us in this work next year. Yes, let's ribbon that. So my last 2 learnings, 9 and 10, because I know you're looking at your clocks and you're like, when are these snacks coming? We got a meeting to get to. My last 2 learnings are love and gratitude. When I first began with you in August of 2023, I was really grieving leaving my previous congregation. I loved them so dearly. I had been through so much with them, and I remember looking out at a sea of faces of people I didn't know and thinking, I don't know these people. How am I going to know them? How am I going to love them? Am I going to love them? I knew that I already loved the search committee, and I lived on that little bit of hope. And as we've gotten to know each other over these 2 years, slowly through conflict, through difficult conversations, through journeying alongside some of you when faced with difficult diagnoses and grief, I want you to know here at the end of year 2 how much love I have for you. Wait, the love letter isn't done yet. I felt it when we held the vigil the night after the election, and I looked out at your faces streaked with tears, thinking, you are my people, and I will fight for you. This is the ministry I am called to. I feel this love and hope when I look upon this gladiola bulb. Y'all remember the gladiolas from Easter? You're like, oh yeah, that went in my pocket in the wash. I know it happened with some of you. Maybe some of yours are making their way too, reminding us of hope. Remember from our May the 4th service, rebellions are built on, where's my Star Wars fans? Thank you, hope. And let me tell you what else I love. I need Pearl. I love that a member of this congregation gave me this doll. Poor, pitiful Pearl. This is her name. I did not make up her name. After I gave this sermon this past April about the power of community to love us into being, this doll showed up at my office. It was a mystery. So she was a member of this community's beloved childhood doll. Jody has given me permission to out her, that it was Jody's doll. And this doll has been on a journey, let me tell you. I do not have time to get into it today. Maybe someday it will make it into a sermon. And y'all were with me as I was trying to solve the mystery. Jody took me on a journey with her. And I love that. And I made a bunch of videos. And by I making a bunch of videos, I mean Aaron made a bunch of videos. And this doll was so special to Jody and to your mother. And because I'm so special to you, you gave it to me. And what a gift that was. And I tell you this story not because I want you all to give me your dolls. So no more dolls. But because this doll is a physical representation of the ways that you trust us to hold your stories. And so for Jody, this is a physical representation of the ways she trusts me to hold this story of her mother and how special this was for her. And each member of this staff has these physical representations. Amy, I hope it's okay that Amy has a lamp in her office that belonged to a member of this congregation who is deceased now that is treasured to her and has other things that she has shared with me. We have these reminders that are physical representations of your stories that are treasured gifts. You are treasured gifts to us. And so I want you to know the ways that we, your staff, your community, hold your stories, bear witness, earn trust. We are so privileged to be able to let into your lives. It is a holy, sacred privilege we do not take lightly. No more dolls, though. And I want you to know these are physical reminders of how much we love you, how much you love us, and it matters. And sometimes this work is really hard. So I don't want you to get stuck in despair about the budget, okay? Yes? Or about the future of the world right now, okay? What I want you to leave today with is your minister loves you, loves this congregation, your staff loves you, this congregation loves its staff, and we got to dig in together next year in all the ways we can. Yes? Yes? We have to remember that love that holds us, that has us showing up for each other, blooming, accidentally cursing, the poor, pitiful pearls, all of us, the beautiful, blessed souls, all of us. We need each other now more than ever. Yes? Yes. And now, to end the service, because it really is going to end, we have to thank everyone who dug in this year. These holy yeses are answered in love, and we want to honor them. So staff, if you could get the baskets and stand down in front, please. So we're going to end with some volunteer appreciation. So volunteers, if you did a thing, we're going to call you down. If you served on or staff and Heather, sorry. Yes, and Rack, yes, please. And so we're going to invite you down. I'm going to name the committees. You're going to come on down, or groups. You're going to come on down, and you're going to get a paper brad that you can put on your name tag. You can also raise your hand, and Amy can run one to you if you don't want to come down in front or have mobility concerns. And so you're going to come down and get a pin, and then once you get it, if you are able to, you're going to stand in a circle against the walls, because we're going to end in our Blue Boat Home circle. We're going to do it, okay? So, are we ready? Are we clear? We're going to thank our volunteers, yes? Okay, if you served on the board this year, come on down. Can I ask us, in the interest of time, to hold our applause till the end so I can just name groups? Family ministry team, facing race teams, or the Raising Racial Consciousness teams, the cook teams. If you helped out with religious education, belonging and community, if you are a worship associate, if you're on the climate action team, earth ministry, financial development, financial oversight, land stewardship, social action, nominations and leadership, pastoral care, and let's try and keep conversation down so we can get everybody in. Pastoral care, building, front office teams, memorial reception teams, dining for dollars, music on Maple, auction, refugee assistance, relational covenant, book stall, third Thursday. Choir, don't think I'm forgetting about you. Come on. You can come on down. What do you think services would be without the choir? Okay. Music program, if you played music in a service. If you served on a search committee for one of our new staff members, and we're going to make a circle, we're going to end up in a big circle. So go ahead and start making the big circle around the sanctuary. Personnel committee. Flowers, millennial-ish group, parent group. Who am I missing? Who haven't I named? Welcome teams. I said belonging and committee. What was that? Habitat for Humanity. I said land stewardship. Sandwiches. Women's Spirit. Oh, Dawn, I need to talk to you. What? Memorial team. I said. Who else? Who haven't I said? Gallery committee. Who else haven't I said? If you hung fabrics. Now, can we give everyone a round of applause? Now, if you are sitting down, should you feel bad? No, because not everybody has the bandwidth, right? Holy no's are just as good as holy yeses, yes? Yes. If you are seated and you would like to join the circle for our Blue Boat Home, come on up and join the circle. And please join us for hymn number 1064, Blue Boat Home, our closing hymn. Will you reach out and join hands with someone if they consent? If you would prefer to not join hands, place your hand on your chest. And will you repeat after me for our closing words? Are you going to repeat after me? Yes. All right. Just a reminder for Zoom attendees, you need to log out of this webinar and log into the annual meeting Zoom. Thank you. You get the gold star, Bjorn. Okay, our closing words today are from Reverend Wayne Arneson, and let's say them with vigor. Take courage, friends.
Take courage, friends.
The way is often hard.
The way is often hard.
The path is never clear.
The path is never clear.
And the stakes are very high.
The stakes are very high.
Take courage.
Take courage.
For deep down, there is another truth.
There is another truth.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
Amen.
Amen.
Please exit the sanctuary.